I'll make a note of that. So we talked about the vets that are getting burned out, man. Let's talk about anybody in the industry. So I think the mental health is getting a lot better within the service as far as like the services that are provided to the military, and the follow up, the VA. I mean, it gets a really bad rep. It's getting better. It's not there, but there's a lot of folks that maybe it's a pride thing, or maybe they're not ashamed, but a lot of guys that don't seek out the help. So if they're getting to that point, they're just at a really low spot because I mean, I'm just going to be blunt about it. Suicide in the industry is a big deal. Alcoholism in our industry is a big deal. Combine that with maybe some trauma from the service. It's just kind of a recipe for disaster. But if you've got folks getting into that dark spot, what would you tell them to do?
No, I think definitely reaching out is the first step, and it's not weak at all. It is a huge problem. You know, a lot of military people, especially when you get to your NCO positions, you can tell when something's off with your team. So, I mean, that even carrying that over into the industry, I know a couple, one of my superintendents, he's having a hard time because his parents are getting older and he's having to make trips and stuff. It's just that constant checking in with people, not even if anything's wrong. It's just taking a minute, get your mind off work. Hey, how are you doing? How's the family? How was your golf game last week? Is everything good? Because at the end of the day, like the military with construction, if you're not in the right mental state of mind, something can flip a switch in an instant and it could be devastating on a job site. So I just think, not even being, if you're in a low spot, it's the people around you, just checking on your team, making sure everyone's in a good state of mind to carry on.
Yeah, if you ask me about my golf game, that might actually make me feel worse. So I guess you got to be careful. But no, in all seriousness, I totally agree. I mean,